Across the nation, one topic dominates the headlines and water cooler conversations alike. It's President Trump's big, beautiful bill, a piece of legislation so ambitious, so sweeping, it's captured the attention of every American. Touted as a game-changer by its supporters, the bill promises to fundamentally reshape America's economy and social fabric, impacting everything from job creation to family welfare. Its proponents claim it will usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity. But it's also sparking fierce debate and non-stop media coverage, with critics raising serious concerns about its potential consequences. The White House is racing against the clock to pass it by July 4, 2025, a symbolic deadline intended to showcase its commitment to the American people. The president is calling anything less a betrayal of voters, framing the bill as a fulfillment of his campaign promises. Tech billionaire Elon Musk has waged a very public war against the bill, using his considerable influence to rally opposition. He's even threatening to challenge Republicans who support it, creating a rift within the party and adding another layer of complexity to the political landscape. And, in a move that has sent shockwaves through the political establishment, he's even hinting at the possibility of forming a new political party. The bill's journey through Congress has been nothing short of dramatic, filled with marathon Senate sessions, last-minute amendments that have reshaped key provisions, and high-profile feuds that have turned it into a national spectacle, captivating the attention of the entire country. Whether it's seen as an overdue reform that will revitalize the nation, or a reckless gamble with potentially devastating consequences, the big, beautiful bill is undeniably the defining political fight of our time, a battle that will shape the future of America for generations to come. The big, beautiful bill, it's a name that certainly grabs your attention, but what exactly does this piece of legislation entail? What are the key components, and who will be most affected by its passage? Is a sweeping package, a comprehensive piece of legislation that touches upon many aspects of American life, aiming to overhaul taxes, fundamentally changing the way individuals and corporations are taxed in this country. Healthcare, with significant reforms proposed for the nation's healthcare system, and federal spending. It proposes major shifts in how the government allocates its resources. Its headline making all overtime income tax-free, a move that could potentially boost the earnings of millions of Americans, a direct pitch to working-class families. This provision is designed to put more money directly into the pockets of those who work the hardest. The bill also transforms Medicaid, one of the largest healthcare programs in the United States, into state-controlled block grants, shifting control and funding responsibilities to individual states, sparking fears of deep cuts and loss of coverage. Critics worry that this change could lead to a reduction in services and access to care for vulnerable populations. Massive budget cuts target agencies, impacting a wide range of government functions and services. From environmental protection, potentially weakening regulations and enforcement efforts, to education, raising concerns about the future of public schools and student support programs. But the CBO warns, offering a sobering assessment of the bill's long-term financial implications. The bill would still add $3.3 trillion to the national debt over a decade. This projection raises questions about fiscal responsibility and the burden on future generations. A controversial ban on state AI regulation was dropped, a provision that sparked significant debate about the role of government in overseeing artificial intelligence. After bipartisan backlash, demonstrating the power of collaboration and compromise in the legislative process, but the bill's complexity leaves many consequences unclear. The sheer size and scope of the legislation make it difficult to predict all of its potential effects. Supporters call it bold reform, a necessary step to modernize the economy and improve the lives of Americans. Critics see it as a threat to essential services. They argue that the bill prioritizes certain interests over the needs of the most vulnerable. The stakes are high, with the potential to reshape the American landscape for years to come. And every detail is under the microscope. The media, advocacy groups, and the public are all scrutinizing the bill's every provision. The Senate battle over the big beautiful bill was razor thin, a nail-biting political showdown that had the entire nation on edge. The stakes were incredibly high, with the potential to reshape the economic landscape for years to come. It advanced by just 51-49 after a grueling all-night session, a testament to the deep divisions and passionate debate surrounding the legislation. Every vote was critical, every senator's decision scrutinized. Republican leaders scrambled to keep their caucus together, facing immense pressure to maintain party discipline and push the bill forward. The internal dynamics within the GOP were complex and fraught with tension. It was a delicate balancing act, with moderates like Murkowski and Collins only agreeing after securing last-minute concessions, highlighting the power of individual senators to influence the legislative process. Their support was conditional, and their demands had to be met. However, two Republicans, Tillis and Paul, broke ranks, defying party leadership and challenging the bill's core principles. Their dissent nearly sunk the bill, exposing the fragility of the coalition supporting it. The atmosphere in the Senate chamber was thick with anticipation and uncertainty. On the other side of the aisle, Democrats, joined by Bernie Sanders, stood united in opposition, presenting a formidable challenge to the bill's passage. Their unwavering stance reflected a deep ideological divide. They vocally opposed the bill, calling it a giveaway to the wealthy at the expense of working families, arguing that it would exacerbate existing inequalities and further burden those struggling to make ends meet. The vote revealed deep GOP divisions, highlighting the internal struggles within the party and the challenges of forging consensus on critical issues. It set the stage for a dramatic final showdown, a climactic moment that would determine the fate of the bill and have far-reaching consequences for the nation. Every senator's decision was under a national spotlight, with the media closely scrutinizing their every move and the public eagerly awaiting the outcome. Party unity was hanging by a thread as the bill teetered on the brink of failure, underscoring the precarious nature of political alliances and the constant struggle for power. The outcome remains uncertain, with the final vote still too close to call, leaving everyone guessing about the ultimate fate of the big beautiful bill. And the pressure is only intensifying as the clock ticks down, with senators facing mounting pressure from their constituents, their party leaders, and the media. The next vote could decide the bill's fate, a pivotal moment that will determine whether it becomes law or is defeated. It could reshape the country, leaving a lasting impact on the economy, society, and the lives of millions of Americans. Beyond politics, the big beautiful bill could change millions of lives. The CBO project's nearly 12 million Americans would lose health insurance, mostly due to Medicaid changes and subsidy cuts. Rural hospitals face closure, threatening both healthcare access and local economies. While tax-free overtime offers relief to some, critics warn the bill's debt and service cuts will hurt working families and seniors. Senator Sanders calls it a gift to billionaires. Senator Tillis fears broken promises on healthcare. For many, the bill means choosing between a tax break and losing vital coverage. The debate is about more than numbers. It's about the future of American families. The bill's fate is still up in the air. A final Senate vote looms with intense lobbying from all sides, including Elon Musk's high-profile opposition. If it passes, the House and Senate must reconcile their versions, risking more delays and political drama. Senator Tillis, under pressure, won't seek re-election, showing the personal cost of defying party lines. The fight has exposed deep rifts within the GOP and the nation. The outcome will shape America's economy, healthcare, and political future. The country waits, watching history unfold.